Okay, Killer B and JD back for week 2. We're going to do a pregame show this time. We did a postgame last time. We're going to do a pregame show today. So what do you got for us today, Killer B?
Well, Mr. JD, we're going to talk about what happened to ACC today. And then we're going to talk about the Tech game tonight and some past Tech games. And we're going to talk about the history of Vanderbilt in Georgia. And we're going to talk about other games with Vandy, of course. And we're going to have to talk about what's going to happen with Tech and Georgia State, because we know we need to watch out for them.
Yeah, but we're going to talk a little bit about Vandy's game against Virginia Tech today.
Right.
Okay, but before we get started, let's give out a shout-out to Mr. Denver Morgan. He's been the most legendary Georgia Tech supporter in our area. You know, we was talking last week about having to build fans. He's always been a fan.
Right.
And he's a legendary Georgia Tech fan,
Right.
and he's a hell of an engineer on top of that. And today's his birthday. So happy birthday, Denver.
Happy birthday.
All right, so let's get started. Go ahead.
All right. In the ACC today, we had Clemson versus Georgia. It was a tough game until about the third quarter, was it?
Third quarter. I think it was 6-0 Georgia
Right.
in the third quarter, early in the third quarter.
Okay. And somehow Georgia got a foothold, and they literally took off with the game.
Yeah.
The final being 34-3.
Yeah, that's one of them games where the Georgia defense just didn't ever let them have a spot. They just didn't give them a toehold or nothing, and they just held them down. And Georgia showed today what everybody was expecting them to show as a team. You know,
right. And it also showed me something that Clemson gets tired, because if the game was 60-0 into the third quarter, it was almost over.
Yeah.
That let me know that Georgia wore them down. Eventually, they wore them down.
They wore them down, and Georgia wasn't even breathing hard. You know, at the end of that game, they were just like a locomotive. They just kept on rolling.
Right. And that makes a big difference, because that's in anything in life. You have to be able to endure what it was before you. And somewhere down the line, Clemson got tired.
Yeah, I believe they did.
Because Georgia took off on them. Once they got that foothold, they were gone.
Yeah.
I mean, 34-3 within a quarter, that's a lot of points.
Yeah, it was more than a quarter. It's more like the second half, kind of.
Okay.
Okay, so what else?
We have Miami and Florida playing right now. And I don't know anything about Florida this year, so I don't know what's going on with them.
Miami seemed to be winning pretty handily.
Right, they do right now. UNC.
Thursday night
They played Minnesota, and UNC won 19-17, but I don't know if both of their defenses were playing tough, or whether I didn't watch it, so I don't know. Maybe there were a lot of mistakes. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know. But Minnesota, down through the years, they've been a pretty decent team.
Yeah.
They've been a pretty decent team. And of course, UNC of late has been pretty good.
Yeah.
They've been pretty good.
Mac Brown. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know exactly what happened. Not watching the game, so I really don't know. But apparently it was a pretty good game.
Yeah.
I mean, 19-17, that's...
Yeah. I watched that game, and it looked to me like Carolina wasn't doing that well, but I guess they were losing when I was watching it. So I didn't get to watch it that closely, but I was not as impressed with Carolina as I have been in the past.
Okay. So it was so to speak, it was a different Mac Brown team.
It seemed like it, and you don't know what the portal has to do with that. We don't know.
Well,
we know it might have hurt Clemson today. That was some of the talk. That Dabo hadn't been using the portal like he to his maximum potential. So he's getting criticized for that. Of course, anytime you don't just go out and do everything just perfect, you're gonna get criticized.
Of course.
So I don't have any criticization of Swino. Dabo. He's a good coach.
No, he is, and it doesn't bother me if a coach doesn't do that, but that lets me know that coach believes in the kids he has.
That sent a good, strong message, didn't it?
It does. It does. I mean, it really does. And then you got think about it now. If he had a recruit there today, that recruit's looking and saying, you know what?
I'm gonna stick with him.
Right.
Yeah. He's going to stick with me.
No, that's right, because he's going to stick with me because he's not going to the portal like everybody else.
Right.
And it's a great thing.
He's not going to pick me up and throw me out.
There you go. Exactly. So,
Like if he's looking for a girlfriend and you see she's dumping every guy she gets, you're going to think, well, maybe I shouldn't ought to ask her out. Or maybe she might think that about you.
There you go. Exactly. Exactly. You go both ways.
Yeah. If you was her daddy and you looked at the boy she's dating and you say, you don't want him.
Right.
You don't want that boy. He's been with every girl in town.
No, that's right. That's right. So,
sorry, I did just ramble on here.
That's all right.
I can edit this, believe me. Right. Oh, what else you got?
All right. One more thing before we move on here. Vanderbilt.
Oh, my God.
Upset. I call it upset. Upset Virginia Tech 34-27.
Yep.
Once again, I'm not sure what's going on because Virginia Tech was, I guess, like every year though, they're people talk about them a lot.
Yeah,
they do. They always do.
I mean, ever since Michael Vick and all them days.
Right.
But
Virginia Tech is usually because I know they always give us fits.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hokey high.
Yes, they always give us fits. Yeah. And but they lost to Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
See.
It's like Corso said that time. Said that I don't know I don't know what a hokey is, but God's one of them. Struck his car with lightning. I don't know what a hokey is, but God's one of them.
All right.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, that's all right. That's all right. We really with the football season just starting though.
Yeah.
I mean, you got some teams like Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
They got, to be honest, they have something to prove.
They do, and let me tell you, and I watched most of that game. I switched it over to Georgia, but Vanderbilt looks good.
Oh, okay.
They got size, they got speed,
okay.
They got skills,
right.
They've got execution, and they look like a good team. They look solid to me,
right?
And so I'd be watching Vandy to exceed expectations,
right? Oh,
and Nashville's the place to be too up there, in Music City and out there. I mean, kids like to go to Nashville.
That's true.
One of my buddies just went up there just this week for one day and come back. He was happy. He don't play football, but go ahead.
He came back happy, huh?
He did. I reckon he did. What else?
All right, moving on. Look, our next topic, we're going to talk a little bit about our beloved Yellow Jackets. We love the Yellow Jackets, no doubt about it. How sometimes we get into these games that when you look at it.
Yeah, let's look at today's. For example, we got, we did good against Florida State. That was kind of a pleasant surprise. We got the goal at the end of the rainbow there.
Right.
And we took that game, and Florida State's a great team.
Oh, yes.
And now we got Georgia State.
Right.
And we don't know, they're new.
Right.
They're new to football.
Right.
They're new to Division I.
Exactly.
We don't know what they have.
That's right.
And with this portal, they could have no telling what.
No, that's right.
They could any given day.
That's right.
So we're not taking this game for granted, just like we shouldn't have taken Bowling Green.
There you go. There you go.
So we've had some teams that we were supposed to beat by all conventional football wisdom.
Right. Exactly.
That have beat us. Right. And among those teams are Furman. I can't tell you the number of times I've sat in the stands up there and watched Furman set Georgia Tech on fire on the game opener.
Right.
And then we lost that Bowling Green game.
Right.
And we've lost to Western Carolina.
Right.
Who else?
UCF.
Well, that UCF's a great team. We should have gone in there and beat them pretty good.
Right.
But we walked away getting their tail between our legs.
Right. Exactly.
It was bad. Exactly. I was at that game.
Exactly.
That's where that guy stole that chicken from. That chicken, just walked up and stole the chicken that we was cooking. I looked around. I said, "Y'all know that guy?" They said, You know it? No. Well, he just took our chicken.
Wow.
Just took our chicken and walked off.
Wow.
That's at UCF. All right, I'm getting you off track. Where we at now?
Yeah, all right.
Killer B, you got to lay it down. You got to say, stop rambling.
All right.
Stop rambling, JD.
Stop rambling.
Okay.
Rambling.
All right.
But once again, we're just talking about our history of losing these games that we shouldn't lose.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, we should not lose.
Well, I didn't realize the camera was switched. Let me switch it back. Dag nagging. So we're going back to images. We're going to say, stop rambling. Stop rambling, JD.
All right.
Killer B, give it to me. Stop rambling.
Stop rambling.
Okay. Did I get you off track?
No.
Okay.
I'm still looking at we're still talking about the same thing.
Okay. But the summary there is that Vandy's a good team. I believe they are.
They are.
And we don't know what Georgia State has. We're going to
Right.
find out. But we have gotten beaten in the past by teams that we thought we was going to win against.
Right. Okay.
And George, I got to tell this, Vince Dooley, he never took Vandy for granted. Even when Georgia was supposed to go down there and beat them by 50.
Right.
They'd immediate slip off down there and start, hey, Coach, how y'all going to do against Vandy this weekend? Thinking he's going to say, oh, yeah, he's going to roll all over him. He'd say, well, I don't know. He said, they got a good team down there. And he said, it's going to be like this. He said, if our offense can put a few points on the board and our defense can stop their offense from scoring, then we have a pretty good chance of winning.
Right.
So he never underestimated anybody. And he always played his own team down just a little bit.
All right.
And just a little bit. He was very humble.
Right.
And so I think that helped him win a lot of games because he kind of snuck up on somebody.
Right.
Because, you see somebody that's trying to hoodoo you and you think they're playing down like car dealers and stuff like that, and you think, he's trying to Vince Dooley me.
Trying to Vince Dooley.
Yeah.
A new name for it, huh?
Yeah, it is. I can't be Vince Dooley because I don't underestimate nobody.
There you go. No, there you go.
I'm sorry, I digressed again.
You are all right. Let's talk about this. Because, like I said, to me, this is just a big upset. Vandy and Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
You said it earlier. You said they had the size. They had the speed. So now, if that's true, does it look like they're going to make some noise in the SEC?
I wouldn't underestimate them. I mean, the SEC is, they ACC had a terrible week against the SEC this week.
Right.
What do we got? We got Clemson getting loose
and Vanderbilt beating Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
And that's just
So I think that they could make a statement in the SEC. Although the SEC is a premier conference, no doubt about it.
It is. It really is. And it's just to me, it's a beautiful thing just to see some different teams come along in the SEC because I'm tired of hearing about the honest truth, Georgia and Alabama.
Yeah,
I really am.
Yeah,
I really am.
Right.
Some of these other teams do need that press actually because they're. I mean, I don't care what nobody says. For Vanderbilt to beat Virginia Tech, to me, it's a good thing and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's a statement right there.
No, it is. It really is. Because it's not like they went out and beat a scrub team.
No.
Because Virginia Tech, they always have talent. Yeah. Always.
And they didn't look good today. But, a lot of that is your opponent made you look bad. It wasn't that you wasn't good. It's just that your opponent made you look bad.
Right. There you go. There you go. It could have been because it's happened before where a team might, they might drop their first game or two, at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
But once those gears get to turn and everything, it can turn around. So this might have been one of those weeks. You just never know. You never know till next week. Because you have to take every game a game at a time, 1 quarter at a time, 1 minute at a time. You can't. Oh, okay, we got them. But no, you can't because at any given moment they could flip on you. Boo. They could do something that just. It don't take but one turnover to turn the game around.
And you know what? Just the best team in the ACC I think ever for not giving up and fighting to the last minute. Is Carolina.
All right.
They've got the don't quits.
Oh, yes.
And they've always had it. And anytime Georgia Tech played Carolina, you was in for it for the whole game.
Right.
And them gold helmets would come back and had all that Carolina blue all over it. And,
that's right.
And their uniforms had Carolina blue all over it.
That's it.
And there's blood and grass in their helmets.
That's right. That's right.
People pulling up their britches, falling down both sides of it. And,
no, that's right.
Liniment going everywhere.
There you go.
And Carolina could be down 10 points.
Right.
And you look back up and they're right tied back with you again.
No, that's exactly right.
And that's a no-quit team.
No quit. That's right. They're definitely no quit. There's no quit. And that's the thing about Georgia State. They're definitely a new opponent, period. We don't know what they got because, like you said, that portal could have helped them so much.
Oh, yeah.
And it's possible with that portal. There's no telling what they have. I mean, they could have so many weapons.
They could.
It's
going to be a good game.
Oh, it is. It is. It's not going to be like everybody thinks, they're just going to be a walk away. I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
And I hope the Tech boys don't believe it because if they're thinking that, then we lost already.
We're in trouble. That's right. We're in trouble. We're in trouble if they think that.
That's where your coach has to come out there all week long.
Right.
And do the Dooley on them. Do the Vince Dooley on them.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Say, hey, We got some work to do because
Yeah.
they had to get games films and study on them and say, okay.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is with those films
Yep.
from last year, they could
Throw them out.
they got a whole different
Just throw them out.
right because you got whole different personnel
Yeah.
probably, you know.
Yeah.
So all I can say is let's go Tech.
Go
Let's
Tech.
come out there from the very beginning and take care of business.
All right. Close it out. Are we done?
Yes, sir, Reed. That's going to be it.
Okay, Killer B. I got to have the last word of what's the good word. What is the good word?
To hell with Georgia.
That's what it is. And if we got any University of Georgia fans out there, we're going to tell them to hell with Georgia.
To hell with Georgia.
And then there's another thing that you say right behind that, but we can't say it.
Yes, we can't say that.
We can't say that. But if we were sitting around with, you know.
Right. We sitting around with just us and other Tech fans, we'd say it.
We'd say it, but we're not going to say it.
No, we're not going to say it. We're not gonna say it.
Denver knows what it is.
Yes, he does.
I don't know if he would say it.
Happy
but
birthday again,
Yeah,
young
happy
man.
birthday.
God bless
Happy
you.
birthday. God bless you. All right, that's it.